Hi everybody, Max Lucado here. May God give you strength. May He bless you. May He lift you up, especially those of you who feel like your heart is running on empty. May He give you strength. May He fill you up with His Spirit during these difficult days. Can we talk for just a moment about the decision to live in the love of God? Jesus urged us, abide in my love. So if you can stay around for about, 5 or 6 minutes, I'll do my best to be a good steward of your time. If you cannot, for whatever reason, God bless you, be on your way. But before you go, take a moment, and if there's anything we can pray about, post those prayer needs right there on the page, and we'll do our very best. In fact, those of you who can help us pray, please do so. 1 John 4:16 says simply, God is love. The supreme surprise of God's love is that it really has nothing to do with us. You know, others love you, because your dimples dip when you smile, or your rhetoric charms when you flirt. Some people love you just because of you. But you know, God, not God. He loves you because He is He. He loves you because He decides to love. His love is self-generated. It's uncaused. It's spontaneous. His love is constant. It's a constant level love that depends only on His choice to give it. God is love. So you don't, and I don't, influence God's love. You cannot impact the treeness of a tree, the skyness of the sky, or the rockness of a rock, nor can you alter the love of God. It is His character. If you could, John would have used more ink on that scripture. God is occasional love, or God is sporadic love, or God is fair weather love. If your actions altered His devotion to you, then God would not be love. Indeed, He would be loving or human. That's human love. He's divine. And if you've had enough of human love, right? Haven't you? Haven't you? Enough tabloids telling you that true love is just a diet away. Enough helium-filled expectations of bosses or parents or pastors. Enough mornings smelling like the mistakes you made while searching for love the night before. Don't you need a fountain of love? A fountain of love that won't run dry? Would you accept this invitation of Jesus? He says, abide in my love. John 15:9. Abide in my love. You know, when you abide somewhere, you live there. You live there. You don't pull in the driveway and ask now, I can't remember. Where is the garage? You don't have to consult the blueprint to find the closet or the kitchen. To abide is to be at home. To abide in the love of Christ is to make His love your home. Not a roadside park, not a hotel room that you occasionally visit. But His love is your preferred dwelling. You rest in Him. You eat in Him. You sleep in Him. When thunder claps, you step beneath His roof. His walls secure you from the raging winds. His fireplace warms you on the winter's night. John said it this way: we take up permanent residence in a life of love. 1 John 4:17. So what you do is you abandon the old house of false love and you move into His home of real love. Now, adapting to this new home takes time. First few nights in a new home, you might wake up and not know where you are. You might wake up and walk into a wall. I did some months back, not in a new home, but in a motel. I climbed out of bed in the middle of the night to get a drink of water, and I promise I walked left. I turned left when I should have turned right, and I flattened my nose. The dimensions to the room were unfamiliar. They were different. And the dimensions of God's love are different at first. You see, you've lived a life in a house of imperfect love. And you think God is going to love you like others have loved you. You think he's going to drop you like the boyfriend did, or abandon you like your father did, or judge you like the religion did, or curse you like your friend did. He won't. He won't. But it takes time to let your roots go down deep into the love of God and be convinced that he won't. For that reason, just abide in him. Hang on to Christ like a branch clutches the vine, right? According to Jesus, the branch models his definition of abiding. You remember this teaching from John 15? As the branch cannot bear fruit of itself unless it abides in the vine, so neither can you unless you abide in me. That's verse 4 of John chapter 15. Wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great if everyone in the world chose to abide in God's love? How would our world, how would our society be different today, right now, if every single person lived lives drenched, soaked in the affection of the Father? So from the file entitled, "It Ain't Gonna Happen," I'm going to pull and pose a suggestion. Let's make Christ's command a federal law. I know I'm just teasing, but let's make it a law. Everyone has to make his love their home. Let it herewith be stated and hereby be declared: no person may walk out into the world to begin their day until they have stood beneath the cross to receive his love. Cab drivers, presidents, preachers, tooth pullers, truck drivers, everybody, moms, dads, kids, everybody required to linger beneath the fountain of his favor until they are so joy-filled, so drenched, so soaked, dripping like a just plunged sponge, leaving puddles of love with each step everywhere they go. Then and only then are they permitted to re-enter the world. Only then can they go to classrooms and boardrooms and meetings. Don't you ache for that kind of love? Don't you ache for that kind of change we'd see? Less horn honking and door locking and horn locking, and more hugging and helping kids. Well, we can't hug, but we could send our love socially distanced, right? More compliments, more kindness, more forgiveness, more understanding, more heartfelt love. I mean, how can you refuse to give somebody a second chance when God has made your life one big second chance, one big mulligan? Doctors would replace sedative prescriptions with scripture meditations. They might say, now 6 times an hour, I want you to reflect on God's promise. I have loved you. I have loved you with an everlasting love. Jeremiah 31 and verse 3. Can't you imagine the difference? Can't you hear the newscast? Well, since the implication of the love law, divorce rates have dropped. Cases of runaway children have plummeted. And Republicans and Democrats have disbanded their parties. And they have decided just to work together. Wild idea? I agree. God's love cannot be legislated. But friend, it can be chosen. Choose it, won't you? For the sake of your heart, for the sake of your home, for Christ's sake, choose it.